Okay, so when you think of your mom or your dad, what do you think of? Probably pretty loving, I don't know, maybe yelling at you for messing up your room every once in a while, not doing the dishes, I don't know, basic stuff like that. I hope. Maybe not always, but I don't know, they're not that bad. But I'm here to say that not every kid has it like that. Even if you think you have it bad, some kids have it way worse. And I am passionate about this because, especially for little children, they can't stand up for themselves and they can't help themselves out of situations like this. And that is why they need people like us who can help them and kind of fight their fights for them. And so my main points are going to be what child abuse is, kids who have gone through child abuse, and what we can do to stop it. And according to the truth about child abuse, what counts as child abuse is a pattern of behavior used to control another person. The behavior can be physical, emotional, verbal, social, or sexual. And the effects of child abuse on a child are poor self-esteem, becoming passive and lacking initiative, throwing temper tantrums, becoming aggressive, having trouble with friendships, lying, stealing, or skipping school, and getting into trouble with the police. So all of this, like, it does not take a good toll on the kid. It doesn't help them with life. It makes everything so hard, kind of gets them stuck in like this rut that they can't get out of. And a lot of parents say that they are disciplining their kid. They're not really abuse. And so that's a problem that we have, is they think that they're just like teaching them, I guess, like just like disciplining them for doing bad, but it's not the case. They cross the line. And there are 3 million reports of child abuse in the U.S. each year. And now I'm going to talk about some real-life child abuse stories, and one I'm sure a lot of people know of is Dave Pelzer from the book A Child Called It. And he was abused by his mom, who was an alcoholic and mentally unstable. And it is said that that is one of the most gruesome cases of child abuse ever in California, one of them. And he went through that until he was 12. She made him swallow bleach. She starved him. She tried to burn him on a burner, according to the book, because I read it. And she even stabbed him once in the book. And so that's completely nuts. Like, no kid under the age of 12 should ever have to go through something like that, ever. And the sad thing was that really got to me was that he still wanted his mom to love him after all of that. That's all he wanted, was that maybe someday she would change her mind and love him again. And it wasn't his fault, but he kind of thought that it was, like that she didn't love him, like how other kids' parents did. Another case is the Sperling case, and he had 4 kids, a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 6-year-old, and he left them in an apartment and never took them outside. The bed was covered and surrounded by feces and dead animals. Like, when they caught this guy, the kids didn't even know what an apple was. Like, they never saw sunlight. They foraged for food. I don't know how they even, like, went through that. Like, they were kept in this apartment, this dirty, filthy apartment, for, like, all of their lives. And then that was neglect. The third case is David Wayne Lovin case, and he was convicted of super aggravated sexual assault of a child, sexual performance of a child, indecency with a child, and possession of child pornography. So it took 2 truckloads to get all of the DVDs and videotapes and pictures he had of him sexually abusing these kids. There were 5 girls that he did that to, and to me that is not okay to take a kid's innocence like that. And yeah, it took them hours. Cops had to go through and look at all of this evidence of this guy doing that to these kids. And next I'm going to talk about, well, those are some pictures which I found, because I think that you need to look at these to read, like, they're the best way to kind of show what it is in a way. And 10 signs of child abuse. This is how you can stop it. The first thing is seeing the signs of it. And the signs are unexplained injuries, changes in behavior, returning to earlier behaviors, as in like being super immature or acting like younger than you are, fear of going home, changes in eating, changes in sleeping, changes in school performance and attendance, lack lack of personal care, risk-taking, and inappropriate sexual behavior. So if you ever see this in a kid, or any of these signs, you might realize that they are going through this and maybe talk to them about it. And this is according to Safe Horizon, whatever you pronounce it like, website. And they say, and a lot of kids, they are afraid to talk because they feel like it is not okay, and that if they talk to someone about it, they're going to get in trouble and they're going to make their situation worse. So a lot of times, if you see these signs, you're going to have to go to the kid and maybe like find a way to have them like talk to you about it. But if a kid ends up telling you that they are going through child abuse, you need to keep calm, assure the child that you do believe that it is happening, and show interest and concern in the problem, and support the child and take action. That is the most important part, to make sure that they do get help. Don't let it go. Don't just like talk to them about it. You need to make sure that they get out of that situation if they are in it. And so, in conclusion, we talked about what child abuse is, real-world cases of child abuse, and what we can do to stop it. And child abuse breaks my heart because, like I said, they can't stand up for themselves. They need people to fight their fights for them because there's really no way that they can get out of it themselves. And this is just heartbreaking, and I don't think child abuse will ever be gone because there's always going to be awful people in this world who are going to do it, so I don't think it's ever going to be gotten rid of, but we can help kind of lower the statistics of it, I guess. Get these kids out of this home that they live in, get them help, and just help stop child abuse any way that we can.